be honest, there is a big gap between companies that are, let's say, fulfilling the minimum requirements to be part of the luxury brand cycle, and those who really invest in sustainability to set the benchmark. Let's put it in other words, either you talk the talk, either you walk the talk.
Good thing, good news, all the groups for 10 years and more have already taken this as a strategic issue. They realize the world will be sustainable and luxury cannot be a part of the world. First thing. Second thing, it's going to be difficult. Why? Because the luxury is by definition a notion of excess, of freedom of creativity, of trying a number of things without any limit. No limit of price, no limit of everything. And behind the notion of sustainable development, there is an idea of limit.
Well, the luxury goods industry has been typically a slow mover when it comes to embracing the challenges, but also the opportunities that are inherent to sustainability. But I think at this moment, we see that it's really happening at an accelerated pace. And this is really crucial, I believe, because the luxury industry really has a pioneering role to play. It takes a lot of courage because there are a lot of unknown factors. It is not so easy to become sustainable because we don't have a really good definition of what we would call sustainable luxury. There is no such thing as an off-the-shelf sustainable approach. The next step I think that you're seeing now is that there is a shift from the typical box ticking that has been doing in the past, that was mainly focusing on compliance, but also on philanthropy. And we're seeing a real mindset shift now to translate sustainability into targets. Targets that need to find an answer in the business and in day-to-day activities. And also at Kering, we have actually defined a set of targets that we have publicly announced in 2012. And therefore, sustainability is now at the core of our business and is not any longer something that is on the side. So definitely, I am convinced it is happening, and it is happening at a much accelerated pace.
Is there an urgency today? The answer is yes, because all the stakeholders are asking the sector to think about it. What stakeholders? First, the shareholders. Most luxury companies start as families and they go into groups. If they go into groups or if they go public, like many brands, the shareholders say, take care, the price premium, the multiple, the price earnings ratio relies a lot on your reputation. So I don't want any stain on your reputation. So the shareholders say, well, no stain. Reputation is high, keep reputation. And the new attacks on reputation come from defenders of sustainable development.
Luxury brands, they have no choice. Sustainability is one of the core values they are expected to embody. Same as for exclusivity, safety, service, and quality. Sustainability is not an option. Those 5 topics are really the basic values that the customer are expecting the premium brand and luxury brand to deliver as a standard. Because the customers believe that those core values are inherent properties of luxury brands.
Doing business in a sustainable way is no longer an option. It has really become a necessity. I think everybody is aware of the impact of climate change, and the luxury goods industry is also very much aware and focusing on resource scarcity. So we have to put things in place in order to make our business more resilient and in order to ensure the longevity of our business. It is, I think, also a more and more acknowledged fact that sustainability is not only a necessity, but that even can be an opportunity. That is definitely true for Kering. We see it as an opportunity, as something that can create value. And for us, the sense of urgency also comes from the fact that it will create a competitive advantage. We want to use the power of our brands in order to influence the consumer to make conscious choices.
They don't know exactly what to include within sustainability. They don't mention sustainability when they purchase a luxury good. However, even if it's not a choice criteria, it might become an avoidance criteria. So that is, even if they don't ask for the information today, if they would hear that something is wrong, it would really disturb them. As a result, they would avoid to purchase the brand in question. So it's all the more the case that today consumers ask for more and more transparency. So that means if you do something wrong, the risk is high that they would hear about it and therefore avoid your brand. At the same time, there is another dimension which is important, which is the value creation. And I think for some consumers today, sustainability can already be a source of value. That is, conscious consumers, they want to hear about the stories that is behind the product, they want to understand where it's been made, by whom, with what material, and it's part of what they purchase. It's part of the value that they give to luxury.
To my opinion, they do not really express their need, and I would even say that they expect the brands to take care of sustainability on their behalf, because to be honest, for most of us, we are not that prepared to do efforts, and we prefer the brands, the products we purchase to support this behavior and to embody this behavior, this responsible behavior for us.
I think consumers made different kind of choices a few years ago than they make them right now. These days, consumers are not so much influenced any longer by who they want to copy. They actually see the clothes that they buy as a way to express themselves. So they're very much looking for defining themselves, and they are looking for a meaning and a purpose. And in that sense, it also becomes very important to be able to explain the story behind the product. And that storytelling has all to do with transparency and therefore also with sustainability, because you have to be able to explain where the product is coming from, where it has been made, what kind of materials went into it. I think in general, luxury brands, they really have an influential power to play in order to drive the demand in sustainable goods. And that's where we all have to focus on if we really want to make progress in the industry.
At HEC, we have done the main and first ever study on luxury and sustainable development from the standpoint of the consumers. And it's very interesting what we found. We found that consumers, when they enter a shop, they make the assumption everything is perfect. They don't make any assumption on the fact that there might be something problematic somewhere. The problems are outside, in the streets, in the pollution of the cities, in the normal stores, in the normal life. Here they come to heaven.